Unrestricted Flavor. My name is Mark Dirksing. Today we are going to make strawberry lemon white chocolate pudding cake. One of the most difficult aspects of living with a chronic gastrointestinal disease is trying to feel normal and tricking your body into believing that you are able to taste and experience things that you used to be able to experience. And so one of the things that I like to do with my recipes is taking something that might be normal or bland. So I'm very thankful that King Arthur does make these cake mixes that are gluten-free. It's great to have these, but also I like to have a little bit extra flavor. So when I go places and somebody's making like a strawberry shortcake or something that's got a lot of pizzazz and flair to it, and I'm sitting here with my plain yellow cake. So I like to experiment and throw things in and experiment with different flavors and ingredients and try and make myself feel normal. And then the other thing that I will do is I loved ice cream. I loved going to ice cream places. I loved getting craft ice creams. I loved getting brownies and everything in my ice cream. And unfortunately, when I got sick, that was not possible anymore until now. So I'm also going to show you how you can take a simple dessert recipe that you make, how you can incorporate it into a lactose-free ice cream, refreeze it, and then when you want like your Ben & Jerry's style ice cream, you can go to the freezer and get that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make the cake mix as I would, just gonna follow the box instructions. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be back once that's done, and I'll show you how to incorporate some strawberry lemon flavors and add that white chocolate pudding as well. All right, we're back. I've got the batter made. So, like I said, we're just going to follow the instructions on the box. One thing I do love about King Arthur is that they don't supplement with nuts, which tends to happen a lot with gluten-free mixes. Very few ingredients: cane sugar, tapioca starch, rice flour, cornstarch, emulsifier, baking powder, salt, natural vanilla flavoring, and xanthan gum. So very few ingredients. That's what I love about it. Excuse me. So yeah, getting back to what I do. So again, it's a very simple recipe, but I want more flavor. Why shouldn't I have more flavor? And something else that I think about when I create my recipes is, what would this have been like if I had been a child when I got sick? And how hard it must be for kids that deal with this, that don't understand why they're different and why they can't enjoy the things that other kids do get to enjoy. So I'm hoping that in these summer months that this recipe can help you maybe help your child feel a little bit more normal and have those summer flavors back in their life. All right, so my recipe is very simple. I just diced some strawberries and I am going to add these into the batter. And then we will just do a quick mix on low just to get those strawberries incorporated in the batter. And once that is done, we will add it into our baking pan. So I don't have to grease this one. I found this pan, I'm not even sure who makes it, but I love it. I can literally just drop the cake out afterwards. It comes right out with no added grease, so I like that. All right, so we're going to find a spatula. And we're just going to simply pour our batter into the cake pan. And then once again, we will follow the instructions on the box. So as you can see, we've got our strawberries are all incorporated into our batter. One thing that you need to know when you are baking your cake here is that these strawberries are going to add some moisture into your cake. So you're going to want to keep an eye on your cake. I would follow the directions on the box, but just be aware that you might have to leave it in the oven a little bit longer to make up for the moisture in the strawberries. All right, we'll spread this out. I apologize for my sniffling, it's allergy season. All right, now that we have our cake batter in the pan, we're going to put it in the oven. We're going to set it for, let's see, 350 for about a half an hour. And like I said, we're going to want to go back and check just to make sure that that strawberry, like the moisture in the strawberry, and when our cake is done. So we'll use the toothpick method, making sure that it is done in about a half an hour. Be right back. All right, now that our cake is in the oven, we're going to do the other elements of this recipe. So I made 2 boxes of white chocolate pudding. You just make it, follow the directions on the box that's already in the fridge, solidifying. So we'll save that for later. The other thing that we need to make is our icing. My recipe for icing is very simple: water and powdered sugar with a little bit of lemon flavor. So first thing, I found this at Jungle Jim's. It's lemon oil. You can find this, I'm sure, at many other grocery stores. But I will add some lemon oil to my powdered sugar mix and a little bit of some lemon juice. All right, so it's really just a guessing game. You add about, I don't know, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and then you just kind of add water until you get that consistency that you're looking for. I like to just drizzle it over the top of my cake after it comes out. Like I said, so it's a little runny, so we're going to add more powdered sugar until we get the desired thickness. Also add a few drops of our lemon oil. And I like to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of the lemon juice. Whoops. There we go. And we're going to stir this up. All right, the other thing that we need to be doing while our cake is cooking, if we want to turn this into some like craft ice cream, if you want to call it that, what we're going to do is take some of our, all right, yeah, that's looking great. So we've got the desired consistency now, of our icing. So, ooh, you can smell the lemon. All right, and there we go. We have a nice little icing. Like I said, I like it to be a drizzle. You can thicken it up by adding more powdered sugar, adding more water until you get the desired consistency that you're looking for. All right, we're going to set that aside. All right, this ice cream has, I don't want to say saved my life. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it has saved my mental health in the summer months. I love an ice cream treat in the summer. I used to call it my only vice, but what I love about this Breyers is that you can set it out for a little bit and it will soften like a soft serve. Then you can mix whatever you want in it, then refreeze it, and then you have your Ben & Jerry's style ice cream. And so what I'm going to do is take some of my strawberry lemon white pudding cake, and I'm going to break it up, incorporate it in this as it's melted, mix it around, and then put it back in the freezer and refreeze it, and now I have myself a nice delicious craft ice cream that I can serve on summer days. And like I said, it's all about feeling normal and allowing yourself those special treats so that you can feel just like everybody else. And like I said earlier, for a child to have that again, it's priceless. So Hopefully this helps. I'll be back in a minute once our cake is finished. All right, welcome back. Now our cake is out of the oven. We are going to slice it in half horizontally. So I found this nifty little contraption on Amazon for about, I think it was $7. So basically what we're gonna do is cut our cake. So I'm gonna put this on my cutting board. We've let the cake cool a little bit. We're going to, and you can use a knife as well, which I might have to use to get it started. We're going to cut it down the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Essentially what we're going to be doing is in the middle we are going to put our pudding. Ooh, still a little hot. We're going to get this to work. There we go. All right. As you can see in the middle of our strawberry pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the bottom to a baking dish, like so. We have our white chocolate pudding. And just a little words of advice. So all Jell-O pudding is gluten-free except the cheesecake version that has barley in it. So you can play around with different kind of Jell-O products. Just make sure you avoid that cheesecake pudding if you are allergic to gluten. So like I said, I use white chocolate, but they also make a lemon pudding cake, or lemon pudding. So if you would like more of that lemon flavor in your cake, use lemon pudding instead of the white chocolate. All right, so we are just going to take our pudding and get it in the middle here. There we go. And we're going to spread it out. And then our last step, we're just going to put the top on. Like so. Then we have our icing from earlier. And like I said, I just like to drizzle it over the top. So I just get it all, you can actually just pour it on over and spread it out. Get it in all the nooks and crannies. This, you can smell the lemon. There you have it. And there you have it. Our strawberry lemon white chocolate pudding cake. All right, well, thank you again for joining me. I do wanted to say again, like, I have my Friar's ice cream defrosting in the fridge. What I'll end up doing is I will take out a section of my cake, break it up, mix it with my soft Breyers ice cream, put it back into the container and refreeze it, and then I have some delicious strawberry lemon white chocolate pudding cake ice cream. So, again, part of fighting a digestive illness is being creative. Using the ingredients that you can use. So I use strawberries because that's one of the very few fruits that my body can handle. A lot of the sugars in fruits I'm allergic to. So I use what I can. And so I'm creative with those ingredients, and I look for opportunities to bring flavor into what I can eat. So again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. If you like the video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, remember I have that Facebook group as well called Unrestricted Flavor. Again, my name is Mark Dirksing. Thank you again. Let's get healthy together.